Okay. Oh. Hello and welcome to the stream. Let's say today my goal is going to be to transition from the main menu into level one successfully. Last time I was encountering some bugs where the players would duplicate each other. So I thought I would take some time and go and comment my code and do a little bit of bug checking. That's what we're gonna start off with first. I'm still finishing up some of that documentation, and after that, I'm gonna move on to the level. But for now, we can start by actually playing the games. Is definitely how I like to start every session. Is to see what state the game is really in. And right now, you can see that there's a player and there's a button and there's the title. And I can move around with both players having different colors. And when I should what should happen is when I hit the start menu, that I actually go into the game. It does go into the game, but it does look like it does seem that I my lost my other player two, and yeah, that was the bug I was talking about earlier. He couldn't be placed at position 6-6, which I had to count. It was probably around this area right here. I don't know exactly why because I'm not printing off enough information as to why, but now that the player two is gone, I can't like actually go and win the game. To win the game, the players have to be touching each other. That's what makes it co-op. That's what's going to make the this cooperative, like some sort of like shared goal. And I thought for my first one, if they touch each other, you win. And oh, it actually, it looks like I could. That's a little weird. I accidentally won the game. I didn't see my player, but I guess he was there, but his texture wasn't showing up. So that's a little weird, and I kind of wanna have those things be fixed. Like, I want to understand why those things are happening and what I can do to fix those things. So, uh, back to making my code a little bit cleaner and neater, so I can uh, traverse through it and find the bugs. We're here in the last script that I have to document, and it's the world. And what I've done is I've made the world in charge of transitioning from the each menu into each level, and each level to each level, or just from the menu, from the at least the start menu to the level. I think that's a good starting point. Starting point. So it's a starting point for the game. It is called world. It is called the world right now. Because typically when I make games, I like this child hierarchy, this parent-child hierarchy, and I like to start with a node that just is able to access every other child, just in case if I need two children to communicate with each other, then I can just do it here in the world since it knows everything. Yeah, go to level 0. So, yeah, I'll put a comment here. Start the level 0 is the main menu. The way that I have it set up, it's going to be level 1, level 2, and level 3. And I'll have each of the menus be a negative number, and that's how I'll know which levels to load. We have this really long add player, uh, which honestly I don't even need anymore. Um, I've gotten rid of most of the functionality for this, or I will previously that's how I loaded both players into the level with that function, but I've then since moved them on to JSON files. Okay, next we're gonna go to yeah. I have this win logic, and that will actually show the player, or rather, it should add the menu screens to, or the other menu buttons, or like, I would say pause menu buttons, things like the continue button, things like maybe going to options or selecting a level or being able to quit the game or go back to the main menu. This is what happens when you win in the world. Those get placed in the world. So, to I guess a short description of what this is doing, when the player wins, I'm almost like, why is it happening here? And I'm like, oh yeah, because hmm, I could have this be its own like level too. I could load this in from JSON. For now, it's not that way, but eventually it'll look something like this right here. Much shorter and cleaner to look at. Even though it's kind of long, it's still uh, it's pretty simple what it's doing. This one up here is pretty much doing the same thing, except I'm I'm hard coding what pawns I want to add. when the player wins, you should move, or like, yeah, move to the. I guess I'll describe it as what it's doing. When you win, move to the pause menu or pause menu, or like place those buttons. Move to the pause menu, which to get yeah. All it's really doing is just adding those tiles. It's not doing anything else. Move to the pause. I don't have to be too specific here because I know that this function is going to change later. And then here's another one on go to main menu. Very, very self-explanatory. It just it puts up a main menu button, which actually I don't. Oh, I am using this. I want to say, I'm actually in level one when we start. I actually I may get rid of this one because I know I'm not necessarily using it. I know when it's supposed to happen is when the players touch each other, that menu comes up and it sends off and when you hit the main menu button, it should send off a signal. But since I now have like JSON loading, we're pretty much gonna be able to start from scratch with some of these functions, which is nice, and actually like load them in from the JSON files themselves instead of here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this for now. We'll add it back later, and it'll be a pretty quick process. There, just tidying up, and probably the same thing with the UN. Actually, I'm not necessarily there yet, and that's not my goal. Nah, my goal is to like get the players into level one, and it's mainly using this function. This will actually read in the file from the JSON. It would actually create it as a bunch of tiles, and then I just have to add those tiles to the grid, and it becomes a lot simpler. Let me grab some code from, or not code, but commenting from over here. There. So this will load the specified level into the game, like, and it's parameter in. I forgot to do that for some of my other ones. Now that I've seen it, it doesn't. There's no out variables. It just can be param. I'll most likely for most of my functions either have variables that go inside the function and then I'll return value. Nothing too complicated. But there is a parameter called level, and it's the number of the level to load. And I guess like while I'm here, I can talk a little bit about how it is I can just use the number of the level, and that's because I've named my levels using this convention right here, this level 00 plus a number. Ooh, I would say that'll be kind of fancy when I start doing the negative the negative ones. Because when I say -1, it'll be like level -1, thinking in the future. But that still shouldn't be a problem. I append that number on the end of the path for the level, and then the file type JSON to load it in, and then I go through a loop, uh, which will start adding each tile to the grid. And if I play the game now, it should still show up the same. I shouldn't be missing anything. I'm still loading level 1 from the scene. I got 6 debugger issues. I'll come back to those in a second. I know that my game is gonna break, but is it still gonna load level 1? And yeah, it still loads level 1 like normal. I don't remember where, but go to level. Go to level is the only is the only signal that I'm really listening to right now. I can get rid of this now. Yay. And then change that to the it's mad at me because I was using the same variable for the error code that is returned from global events. I just have to make sure to declare it again. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm kind of sick today, and but I've been feeling better since I took some medicine. Uh, I think that means I can get rid of all of these variables now too, like just cleaning it all up, and I'll be able to write it later. I'll be able to write it all back later. Yep, there. But let's take care of some of those bugs I saw. Or did they all go away? No, but I won. Oh, I won accidentally. No buttons are showing up. That's expected. That works. Is it loading random characters? Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, play it the right way. I don't know why it reloaded itself, but play it. Okay. Say that's definitely something that has to be disabled on the menus. I have like a flag set for when that's happening. Dang it. Some sort of indicator to let me know which player I am would probably be super nice because I'm getting confused. Yeah, but I'll make that a note for another time. Okay. Those debugger bugs went away. One of the other problems I remember having, me close these out, or close all, was that in the grid, that where I showed you before, where the player's not being loaded, I have a single message saying, "Hey, I couldn't place a tile there," but I think I could use some more information. And part of getting more of that information is to add pawn. Is to do some checking here, or yeah, to do some checking to make sure that well, I guess I am doing checking, like, or checking outside of the grid. I noticed a few streams ago that I was able to place these objects outside of my world, and it didn't tell me anything, and it didn't show me anything, and I was super confused as to why that was happening. So what I can do for future reference is to give myself some constants called grid grid max y and grid max x that define how big my grid is actually, like what available space I have, and max x. And I'll set those values. In the horizontal direction, I can move up to 13 spaces, and in the y direction, going up and down, I can move up to 8. So I can use that back down here when I'm trying to add a pawn to the level. I can check whether I'm inside of those bounds in the first place. Check if within the bounds of the grid. Or I'll print an error if not within. and it's grid max x. If grid position dot x is more than, if grid position x is more than the max position, and same thing in the y direction, then you've gone too far. And I'll use this same message plus a little extra. So now place pawn at blank. Yes. And then print. And then I'll use a squiggly line to provide additional information. Can I place pawn? And it's outside of the grid coordinates. Outside of the grid. And do nothing. Yeah, because this function doesn't return anything. It's just adding. But I do want it to break out early, so I'll say return. Yeah. There we go. So there. Now I'm doing some bounds checking on my stuff. Here's another place where I could add more information. So I couldn't, if the tile space is not open, then, or see, if it is open, then I'm placing, and then otherwise, if it's not open, then I can print what tile is there. So, and it might look something like this. Tile blank is blocking, plus get cell V, pawn name, and then the grid position, or I want to use get pawn. I have a function called get pawn, and that takes in, if I go back up, yep, get the pawn given a grid position. So I have two get pawns. I have get pawn cell position and get pawn itself, so the grid position. And that's just going to be, yep, grid position. If I can spell right. Dot name conc is blocking. Am I... Oh, yep, I'm missing a plus sign. So that should provide a little bit more information on what actually... Let's see, well, I'm using a name and I need to do the type also, I think, because sometimes the name is going to be mangled on these nodes, and that won't provide the best information. It'll look really sloppy. Tile, so yeah, with type, and then since so I can go and grab it again, that's actually no problem. Control C, Control V. I'll put something in between there. this statement might break. I feel like this statement might break. And I may have to take out the type because this get pawn isn't really checking like the validity of any cells there. It's just returning the child. Or yeah, some validity might help. Here, just more statements to help me like debug this later on. Not get pawn at grid position, and then I'll do a string, cast it to a string, grid position. I'm missing a plus sign yet again. There, so if that fails, I can at least know that my get isn't working or there's nothing there for me to get, and that'll help me test out my code. So let's run it again now. Go ahead and do a replay. Everything works fine. Oh, I won. That was my bad. I forgot which character I was playing. I'm now playing the character on the right. Yep. So there, couldn't place player 2. Could not place pawn player 2. Where else am I printing that message? Could not get pawn at grid position 6-6. Tile player 2 with type number 2 is blocking. So there is a player 2 there, but I'm calling that function multiple times. I'm not sure what's up with that, but let's start with that top. Could not place pawn player 2 at grid position 6. And then it tried to print out all of this. But I got like multiple instances of it. Could not place pawn at grid position 6-6. It's saying that there is a player there, which concerns me. And or rather that it's trying to place multiple. And I don't know why. Yeah, could not, or is it because 6-6 is like where my menu screen is? That may be it, but I could have sworn I was clearing those off beforehand. So I'm gonna check in my JSON file to make sure. Go to projects, C#, Rockoban, retrospective. Nope. We want to look in the prefabs for the levels. I'm going to open this up with VS Code in case I want to change anything. And then I realize, oh yeah, actually that level 1 I think is actually somewhere over here. Or I have a level 0. I do have a level 0, so let's open that up, which it's already open. Player 1 and then tile 1 is actually at 6-5, but is also taking up an additional uh, 1 subtracted from it. Yeah, no, why is this guy not being placed? Maybe if I try to place him somewhere else. Let's try to place him at 8-6. If 6-6 is bad, then 8-6 might be a better place. I think it's because my start tile doesn't have the correct offset. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a moment. So yeah, oh, did I close it out? I didn't. Oh, it's making sure I didn't close out that those JSON files. So okay, I really need to load the players better because I can't tell which player I am. I have them too close to each other. But I can move down with confidence. Player 1 with type 2 is blocking. Ah, maybe I'm not clearing the players off the screen before I remove them. But the first thing I'm going to check level 1. Place place 1 there, and we're gonna actually place you at 7, not 77, but 77. Thank you. You have a good day, man, or a good weekend. There, we're gonna place. Make sure I change the right numbers. 7711. Yep. So now we're gonna place player 2 at 77 and see if we get similar results. Ah, there we go. He actually gets placed. I have, which means I need to make sure that I'm clearing every single tile off of the screen, including the menu tiles. I feel like he's hitting a menu tile. And you win will show a you win screen and clear everyone off. Okay. So let's go look at the logic for what happens when you start. So players chosen to start the game. I should be clearing a level, which includes everything, and then I get to place the player. Am I also, so it might be in my clear function where this is going wrong. Range 15. Do I have 50? Let's say, do I have a 15? Let me count these again. Or at least count the horizontal. I got the vertical right. Do I have 15 across? Then I can work with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 0 to 14, or 1, 1 to 14, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So exactly 14, and I'm going from 0 to 15. When instead I could be going there. Actually, yeah, 14. I can be going from 1 to 14. And probably 1 to 7. Let's count it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go.
Alright then.
Not bad. And now I'm going to check my clear function. I feel like I'm not clearing everything off of the board, which is concerning. Um, so for the range of X, it's going to be grid max X. And for this, it should be grid max Y. And as long as it doesn't equal 0, true, yeah. If I do 0, I gotta make sure yeah it's 1 to 14. So as long as it's not 0 for both the X and the Y, I think I'm gonna put those together. Control V and it's not actually the max. So this is for X plus 1. Because yep, plus 1, and the same thing for the grid max Y, which I think still gives me the same numbers. We're gonna go get that cell from that location. We're going to check, say if it's not the player, set. We actually, yeah, we don't need to do that anymore. Or if the tile is not the player's, then set the cell as open. And then for every, we're gonna set every cell to open, including the player. We don't want multiple players showing up. We want to clear everything. That's the intention of this. Oh, we don't have this Boolean anymore. I don't want to be confusing. What should happen is I'll place the players black when I'm done. There. I'm just gonna, yeah, I just need to get rid of this line that's checking for the player. We're gonna get rid of everybody. And then place them back on at a later date. Okay, it still works, but now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna check where the bug was. I'm gonna put player 2 back at 6-6. 8-6. That's fine. 7-7, but 6-6. It should be all clear. All clear there. Oh, I'm probably not using a variable that I said I would be using. Dang it. Dang it. I'm gonna I'm gonna do something about that later. Yep, and player 1 gets placed perfectly fine. There. So, let's check this debug. It's mad because tile's never used in this block. You're right. Because I don't no longer need to get the tile. I just need to clear everything off of the board in a controlled fashion with bounds checking. There. I'll put comments. So set every cell to open, and then remove any childs. Move any children of the grid. Perfect. There. Now I can get to the fun part of making a level. And first off, I think I wanna just change the color of one of these guys to like orange or something. So down. He's green, whatever. Yeah. And I can do that from the JSON file. I can spell orange. That's a real color, right? Let's check out this readme. Orange. Orchid. I think I spelled it right. Didn't change to orange. You, you know why? Probably because that's actually kind of funny now that I think about it. I can change the color at any time, like when they move to different levels, I can have them change color. There. Yeah. He's orange. Orange forever. Yeah, now you should. I wonder what orange looks like. Boop. Okay, that's something. Down. Start. You orange one. Man. I touched you. Yeah. Hmm. Hey, I saw that thing at the bottom. I saw that. That was still there. Is it because of my grid? It shouldn't be because of my grid max Y. I'm adding numbers, so that's 8. Down. Okay. Am I missing one? Ah, let me count again. My counting is bad. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Yeah, but watch as I put it at 8. Is it? Oh, is it gonna clear it then? Am I just really bad at counting? Come here. Yep, I just feel really bad at counting. Uh, so I'm actually working with the, I want to say 15 by 8, and then like print it all out and like look at them. I kind of want to do that. Like I'm kind of curious. I wonder if there's a function for printing the grid just as is. Let's put one of these blocks over here in this corner. That's the furthest. That'll test both of the bounds. So it just needs to be over by 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in the x direction. I'll put this back at 14. So you're level 1, 4 in the x direction, so 14. Okay, it's in the corner. If I win, is it gonna still be there? Yeah, it is. So these can get bumped up to bigger numbers. Or is it that these need to be bumped up, or I need to do better checking for my clear? The only reason I say that is because I'm also checking if you put something outside of that. I'll say less than or equal to, or more than or equal to this number, or yeah. Let me be a little bit more exact. I shouldn't see any errors when I. There we go. Players are chosen to start the game, and it gets placed at a normal 14-14. Whatever, fine. We'll keep these plus ones going on. Boom. Yeah. Now I'm thinking, how do I want to kind of sort of design a level? I know I want both players to be. Sorry, excuse me. I want both players to be on opposite sides of the screen. So I guess I'll start with it with that. Let's just put them far away from each other. 1-1, no longer 14-7, but 10-7, 11-7. That works. And I'll put you at 14-7. play that. And then I'll put like just a bunch of blocks in between them. So like it just demonstrates that you have to like go and touch each other. Oh, there. They're on opposite sides. Wait. I want my head. I want my this guy facing the other way. Man, that doesn't matter too much. Now I want to place blocks at just like all the way across. Or I guess not blocks, but these things in the center. Ah, that was something I wanted to do that I can do really quick. Make another tile that's just a red brick. And I swear I've gotten better at making these, or quicker at least, more efficient. And all it takes is this 2D, this level 2D brick. It takes this pawn. I'm gonna add it over here later, or a wall. There we go. It's a wall. Let me change that to wall. Or save it. Yeah, let's save it in the prefabs under object. It's a wall object. We're gonna go add the texture for it, which is gonna be under assets, art, tile sheet. I feel like I'm going to be saving quite a bit of space as long as I keep using this tile sheet. Call it texture. We're gonna set the region, and we're not gonna set the region. That was wrong. We're gonna set the animation. Very similar to like whole. 8 by 13. 8 by 13. Oh, and I gotta remember which one is the wall. uh, so I can kind of see it there down at the bottom. Kind of down there. And that's, let's do some quick math right now on my handy dandy calculator. So the total number of tiles I have is 8 times 13, 104, and then we'll just subtract 10 from there and see which one that gives us. 94. That's a player. So let's move up. Player doing stuff up. I think that's it. That's the one we want. And now to place it in the center. Easy. Yeah, now I have this cool wall. I should be able to go instance it. As long as I have this right here. Duplicate. We're gonna copy path. Just gonna test it out really quick in level 1, tile 3. Comma. Yeah, don't be mad at me. It's gonna have Control Z, Control C. Very similar things to this. But instead of that, it's gonna be called wall. It's of a wall type. Which is 0. That wasn't it, Control Z. Let's not have more than one level open, as not to confuse myself. We'll call you wall. And I, I think that's it. That, or let's give it a different position, yeah. Like 3-3. If if that was it, that was kind of quick. And making levels is going to be a lot quicker than I thought. Okay, start. Oh, there we go. Could not get pawn at grid position 3-3. Tile with crate type 1-1 is blocking. You know what? It probably is. Two things I see. One, what I've done, they're just gonna do a quick, put a space for that, and actually bring that back. There. And then, I've already placed a pawn at 3-3. So, 4-4. You know what? 4-4. Let's go. Uh, do I just knock into it? So make sure that, yeah. But it's just like, nope, I can't. Now to make a bunch of them. Or, I would say, kind of draw out. I'm going to use a my Google Drive and use a spreadsheet because it has like little grid patterns in it to help me to design this level. We'll call it. Go to Google Sheet. So what we got going on is a 16 by 8 grid. So 4, another 4, another 4, another 4. I believe that's right. How do I? Where is? I just want to make the box black as the color. And I don't remember how to do that. Text rotation, control link, set merge type, borders, fill color, there we go. Black. And we have, I don't know how to count these, 8 by 8. Let's highlight this. Fill it. Or, my bad. Fill it. Now I can just fill those with black. Fill that with black too. Nice. Now, is there any way I can make this basically what I'm looking at? Insert, delete, sort. Nope. Maybe a view has something. Freeze, protected ranges. Zoom. Let's zoom in. Is that? That's not what I want. I'll fix it up later, but Control Z, unzoom, or Control Y. It doesn't care about zoom. Go back. I want to place blocks all the way across. Maybe like that. So I'll fill this in with the red color. I'll put the player over here, or both players. So this is kind of where I want the players to start. Green and orange. Orange. I'll leave a gap open down here. Make it as annoying as possible. And then we're gonna have the same for this player over here. But he's gonna say his is gonna start from over here. His is gonna be at the top. And then there's going to be a box stopping them from doing what I want them to do. These are cool. These are cool colors. We're going to make the box a sort of brownish. Is there a sort of brownish color? Custom color. There we go. Kind of brown. Dark brown. Dirty brown. There we go. Brown. Same thing with you. And you just have to push the boxes out of the way. I think that's gonna work out pretty well. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and type that into the JSON really quick. Or see if I can do this. There's 5, so there's a total of 10 bricks that need to be placed. I have 1. I need it to go from Control C. Here, I'll put a comma too. From 13 to 12 or to 10, 3, tile 3 to there. There, tile 4, tile 5, tile 6, tile 7, tile 8, tile 9, tile 10. Did I rename 3 accidentally? I sure did. Tile 3. Tile 11. Tile 12. And tile 13. And then, lazy guy am, Control X, I'll just move this back up here. 3, 4. Perfect. Get rid of that. There. Now the hard part, which is to do their positions. It'd be easier if it were programmatically, but this using it this way, I can kind of load levels faster, and I could potentially like hot load levels, because I can load a level while the game is running. Right. Have that up, have this up. Let's go through and modify their positions. So 1, 7. Skip that one, and we're gonna be some. That's 2, 6, 3, 5. Yeah, 4, 4, 6. So make sure I'm doing this right. X. Nope, I'm not. These need to be reversed. It needs to be 7, 1. Nope. Well, going down. I'm going down to 7. And yeah, 7, 1. Okay, I'm doing it right. Sometimes I forget how the coordinate system works. I'm doing other math and other coordinate systems. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3. 4. It's 4, 3. 3, 5. Let me check that. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll say, well, this is effed up. I had to make my own. I've been spend some time making my own template for making files. I'll put a couple tiles in there. I'll put 5, so that I'm not keeping track of so many. Just to see them in there, to, like, see if they can I can actually make obstacles. 1 7, 3 5 is right, and then 4 3. Yep. So those are 3 walls. Wall 1, wall 2, and wall 3. Let's see if they and I think I can place a crate too. I feel pretty confident about getting a crate on board. Type 6, wall 4, comma. And we'll move over by 1 on the X and move up on that by Y. Or, oh no, it actually goes in between these two right here. Which is going to be move over by 1, so 2 6. 2 6. There, let's see if that loads in pretty well. If not, I'm gonna get a bunch of errors just spamming my debug screen. Ah! it created some. I'm kind of out of order, but they're there. Look at that. Uh, and I can push the blocks around. Man, couldn't I get position at position? Yeah, 5 4. What's wrong? Why are you mad? I just pushed the blocks. I can't push it. Is there something there? There is something there. Why is there? There's no player there. There shouldn't be. What the heck? Anyway, that will end it for the stream. I got some blocks. I'm getting a bajillion errors, but now I'm loading from JSON and I can build levels from JSON. Somehow, where is that? That bothers me. Uh, I'll have to look at that next time. Thank you for those who stuck around to watch. I really appreciate it. Let me make sure to check my comments because if anyone said anything, I didn't want to miss it. I probably might have missed it, but it doesn't look like there was anybody. But that's okay. I still had fun going through and cleaning up my code. I feel a lot better about how it looks, even though there's still some errors that I'm not checking for. I think I'm at a good point and I'm able to actually start making levels in the game. So next time, I should have my first level prototype. That's probably what I'm gonna do for tonight. It's like make a framework so I can start making more levels in the game. Uh, but I'll see you tomorrow. This is